What you doing? I'm here to talk today with theacstories, and this is alcoholandanime! Okay, so this is a special alcohol anime for a few reasons. First off, I have a guest. It's Blue. He's back finally.
Yeah.
I guess I convinced him to come back.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, something like that. Try to bribe you, and then you're like, you know what? I'll just do it anyways because you're a nice person.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
And I don't know, maybe you also want to talk about what we watched, which was Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, to the Hashira Training, something like that. And we have thoughts. We sure do. But before we get to those thoughts, we're going to talk about drinks because this is alcohol anime, and I like to do it that way. So, uh, are you drinking anything, Blue?
No.
Okay.
Water.
Well, I am drinking a beer. Nothing special. I could have made drinks for this, but one, I'm moving. Currently in the process of moving, so I'm trying not to buy a whole lot more drinks. I'm going to be moving in a few days, so I'm sticking with. I'm trying to empty out what I already have, which is the beer that I brewed myself. Which Blue had some. I don't know if you still have any, but
Might have a bottle or two.
okay. Well, that's what I'm drinking for this for now, at least. It's a what kind of beer was it again? It's from a Northern Brewer kit. I don't know. Something. It's like a you can brew at home kit. It's like called a Block Party Amber Ale. It's okay. It's a decent beer. I did not fuck it up like I potentially could have. Blue probably has opinions on it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it's okay, and I feel like it's a fitting. Well, here's me making up more excuses as to why I don't have an actual drink with me right now. Is I feel like it's a fitting beer to go with this film because I already had it. It's just like I already watched the first half of this, and I know what to expect. Just like I knew what to expect going in for the second half of this special screening of Demon Slayer, the first and no last episode of previous season and first episode next season. So that's me making an excuse for what I am drinking when the reality is I'm just lazy. I still have some soju, I still have some whiskey, but I also still have like 5 bottles of this left. So I'm going to finish this. Maybe not in this recording, but I will finish this soon. And it's an okay beer for an okay screening. I don't know. Do you think the beer or the film is better?
I mean,
I
I
went
thought it was
through.
all right.
Which
The
one?
screening. The
Oh, okay.
screening. Of
Uh,
course, it's just like I feel like nothing special. It's gonna be like released in the actual episode that comes out, which might I don't know when it comes out on Crunchyroll, but
I don't know. That's a good point. I don't either.
yeah, I don't even know when the new next season even begins
Hmm.
or continues.
I don't remember seeing anything about when the next season starts. I could look up real quick, but
Unless it
I'm
was like,
not seeing
what if
anything.
what
I
if it
feel
was
like
after
it's
the
pretty
previews and we
soon.
just
Shouldn't it be?
yeah, I think so.
I know it'd be weird to release this and then be like, okay, now you don't get it for another half a year or something
Yeah,
like that.
it'd be weird.
Oh well. So the other part, as since it's a lazy me making a drink, I do have another related drinking story, which was I almost snuck these beers into the movie, mainly because I thought it was going to be empty. And it was not. It was pretty packed. So, good thing I didn't sneak beers into it because one, our theater doesn't have alcohol. I don't, and if they don't have alcohol, I'm pretty sure they will not allow alcohol being snuck in. Also, I was sitting right next to a family uh, with a small child, and I'm pretty sure they would not appreciate me just whipping out a couple balls of beer during the film. But I really wanted to.
I
I was
wouldn't
all
mind.
prepared for it too. Just like I already told you my plan before too, Blue. I was also prepared to take in some chicken wings because we ate at Wingstop. Me, you, and your friend, and I was fully prepared. I was like, I'm going to sneak this in because it'll be funny because that's what I did when we went to go see Barbie. I snuck in chicken wings, And I just ate them in the movie because it seemed the most appropriate thing for me to do at the time. So I was like, what if I do that again for whatever dumb reason? And I didn't do that either because I ate them all. Which,
Mm.
uh, oh, which also brings me to the fact that you got the time wrong, which ended up working out for the best.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought for sure, and I definitely was slacking in the memory or something
I think
because I could have sworn it said 7:15. Maybe they just changed it.
they might have changed it.
Yeah,
I feel like I've seen that before too, where I swore it was something and then they changed it. I was surprised this had more than one day. Anyways,
I wonder how long it's gonna be out.
oh yeah, I wonder if it's still out now. But yeah, but luckily that gave us enough time to eat because Wingstop was packed.
Oh yeah,
Normally we
hour
go,
wait, dude. Screw that.
yeah, normally go B Dubs. Still wings, just our normal thing. But it worked out. It's fine. But
Hmm.
that's it. That's the excitement of it. Uh, how many people did you think were going to be there?
Bro, maybe half the theater.
I thought maybe like a few groups of friends, like maybe a couple or two, and maybe like a couple groups of like three or four, and then of course us. I did not expect it to be nearly packed.
Yeah. When
Oh
I turned the corner, I was just like, all right, I'm getting a good seat. I don't care if I'm sitting next to somebody. But then I ended up just making YouTube, sit next to someone and me in between y'all.
no, that's fine. I don't really care that much. Yeah, the film's still in theaters, so probably I guess get a typical film release, theatrical release or whatever. Huh. Which is good. I mean, Demon Slayer, probably one of the most popular anime series right now, especially after Mugen Train. So it's not surprising. I wish more films got this kind of release, even though I still, in my opinion, see no reason this should be getting theatrical releases. As much as I want to celebrate anime and make sure more people see it, this feels like just a weird, cheap way to get more money out of fans.
I guess so. Kind of like, well, I was gonna compare it to Attack on Titan, but Attack on Titan just did really long episodes that were very long apart in time.
Yeah, that's a
But
whole different thing to
yeah,
meme out.
but I don't know. I feel like it's nice to sit in the theater and watch
Oh, it
that
is.
masterpiece.
I mean, I still like watching anime stuff in the theaters.
Hmm.
It's just a weird way to do it, and I don't remember ever. Well, here's another thing: is it better to do something like this where it's like two long episodes back to back, or just to do like a film which is even shorter, like these recap films where they try to cram a whole season in like an hour or so?
I don't like those.
I don't either. They're weird.
Hmm.
So yeah, I guess this is better, but I don't know. It's just a weird thing to me still. I hope it doesn't become a common thing, and I hope that he also stop doing those recap films because it's weird that like I get recap episodes because when you see those are usually for people that are watching it weekly when it's broadcast on TV. Of course, we watch stuff on Crunchyroll, and so it's weird when like we get a 6.5 episode when we're like, well, we're just watch this. We could go back and watch it, but it's not for us. They're just also giving it to us because that's what they're getting. But okay, before we get into actual things that happen in the film, I'm going to try to get a bit informational for anyone that for some reason doesn't want to just pull up a Wikipedia page like I'm doing right now. So, surprisingly, normally when they do releases like this, Japan has already had it for a while, but Japan released it on February 2nd, whereas the US got it on the 23rd, which is surprising. I guess I never thought about it. I know worldwide releases was all late February-ish or spread out throughout February. I didn't think Japan also got it around the same time.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean there was a bunch of special screenings all throughout, so I don't know. Demon Slayer has that much power.
Wow, yeah.
But besides that, nothing too special. It's not like it's breaking. any records. Let's
I'm pretty sure I
see.
read that it did.
Really? I've
Yeah, in Japan,
seen
I think it became
oh
like the most highly grossed film or whatever.
that. I'm not seeing anything like that. Yeah, I'm seeing opening weekend. It did come in second after Bob Marley's One Love. Over, oh, it definitely said it overperformed. So
Hmm.
I mean, that's to be expected. So yeah, not too bad for a theatrical release of what's 2 episodes. I will say, at least online and other people I've talked to have no idea what was going on with this film or theatrical release, whatever you want to call it. I'll just probably keep saying film. A lot of people, someone even asked me how it was because they assumed or they kept hearing that the movie was just three-fourths recap and the only like a quarter of it was new material. And I was like, well, it's half and half, but also yeah, because that's how it was marketed as. Like, it's not. It shouldn't be a surprise to people. I kept seeing it on like social medias and stuff. I was like, I don't. Are they trying to make a big deal out of it, or are they just not paying attention? It's not like anything was hidden. Crunchyroll advertised it as last episode, first episode. This is what you're getting. Have you been
Yeah.
seeing any of that stuff?
I feel like I did last time. Like the last time they did what was it? What? I forget what I watched where it might have just been the last because they also had a movie where they did the last episode of the previous season and then the first episode of this season or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Didn't they?
yeah. They
Yeah.
did that, and we watched that too.
And I think I remember that one being the last two episodes and then the first episode. So
Yeah.
people are like, for some reason, wondering why the movie was like two-thirds recap. But that definitely is what they advertise and stuff. So I don't know. I feel like they're just not reading into it enough.
Yeah, they must be because I mean I knew even though I at first didn't plan on going on this, but I specifically went because I wanted to do a podcast on it with or without you. Either I just needed something, and because I wanted to see something in theaters. I don't go to theaters that much, anyways. Which I might because according to the trailers, there's some cool stuff coming out, but that's not anime related, so I don't care about that. Because unlike other podcasts I've listened to, I know the difference between the anime and Hannibal. Uh, so yeah, people just don't pay attention, or they just want something to bitch about. That's all I can think about. Oh well, I think Crunchyroll did a great job at marketing this because I kept seeing it everywhere. That's why I'm surprised that people didn't know what was going on. Uh, so well, while we're already talking about the last one too, do you think this one did better or as the last time they did this, or pretty much they still did the exact same thing? I'm trying to think back
I think it
on
was
the
better.
last one. Yeah, watching it, I felt like it was better, but I also feel like there was less to it. And this one started off with like a weird, very quick recap of what
Mm-hmm.
happened in
In
kind of
season
in all
one
the
and
past
season
arcs.
two.
Was
Yeah.
it was literally like here's a scene from something. I like maybe a cool moment. I don't even know if I would say it was like the most significant moment from each of the past arcs, but they showed it, and it was kind of a cool way to get into it. And I don't remember them doing that last time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they did that last time. This time is pretty cool. Just like give you a little glimpse of like season one, whatever happened in the arc, like the first arc and second arc.
See, that's the other weird thing is they didn't even start at the very beginning. They started right. I think it started with the recap right when the first time Tanjiro met the other Hashira, which I guess makes sense since this is to the Hashira training. It's supposed to focus on that, but they also skipped like the very beginning, which made no sense to me. But oh well, it's fine. Uh,
Yeah. I
oh,
feel like
did
if you're going to see the movie, you know what you're seeing. You know what happened.
yeah.
We're just sort
Oh,
of doing like a little rough recap, maybe.
did you start dozing off any this time?
Not at all.
I didn't think I noticed you did because you sure did when I remember last time you started dozing off
The
right
boy and the heron.
when
Was it whenever we were watching The Boy and the Heron?
Oh, that too. But I'm talking about the
Yeah.
other Demon Slayer.
Oh, did I doze off during the other Demon Slayer?
Yeah, it was right when it started getting to like the Infinity Castle or Mansion or whatever. Right when the new episode started is when you started dozing off.
Huh.
But of course, I mean, it was a long sequence
Yeah.
of not much happening.
Yeah, I don't know, I was like super excited for this one. I couldn't fall asleep, dude. I don't know if I wanted to.
Which is weird because, I mean, the swordsmith arc should be more exciting than the Hashira training arc. But
True.
do you think the second episode, or the first episode of the season for each one, for this one and the last one, this one felt shorter? I don't know if it was shorter or if it just was
Felt like it went
better.
on forever, personally. I feel like it was
Really?
really long. Yeah.
I felt like the other one felt like it went on forever, which is why you started dozing off.
Hmm.
Really?
I
I thought
also
it flew
don't
by.
really, yeah. I don't really remember too much of the last one, if I'm being real.
Yeah.
Last episode. But
I
I
mean,
just say
you
this
watched
one
it
was,
twice, so I feel like you should.
yeah.
Did you rewatch that first episode again when it came
I
on
pro-
Crunchyroll?
yeah, I probably did.
Did I? I feel like I must have. I can't imagine I would skip it again, but also maybe I would. Because I've read, I mean, you have all the manga, but you haven't read them yet. I've read all the mangas, so I
Hmm.
know what to expect. I wasn't looking forward to the Swordsmith arc that much because I already knew what kind of happened, and to me, that was one of my least favorite arcs. But then again, I also didn't consider the Hashira training arc at all in the manga, but because, and I think the anime does a lot better job than the manga. It's as far as I can think of, the only instance where I think the manga, or yeah, I think the manga is not as good as the anime. Because the manga just rushes through it, and the anime really actually gives time to stuff. So I actually ended up really liking the Swordsmith arc. So I'm going to have to assume, even though I don't think the Hashira training is an arc, it might be the best one. Or not best, but I might actually end up liking it. I say it might be the best one because I also don't think it's still going to be an arc. I think it's going to be tied in with the Infinity Castle or whatever. I think
Hmm.
this is going to be the last season. I know I told you that, but anyone listening, I don't see how they extend this Hashira arc or training. It makes no sense.
I think it'll just be like a shorter season, kind of like some anime have shorter seasons than others.
Oh,
Maybe this one will just be like a 10 or 10, 12 ep, if possible.
yeah. Well, aren't they? I don't know how long they usually are. Did you watch Seven Deadly Sins?
All of like the original, yeah. I don't know
Uh,
what's out. I don't know what's coming out right now, but I haven't seen any of it.
Okay, where like it's not the second. See, there's like a weird mid-season or in between season of the first and two seasons. And it's like a few episodes, but it's not a real season. But that's something I could see the Hashira arc being is like an in between season, something like weird like that.
Hmm.
I don't think people would like that, but maybe I'm just forgetting stuff. But there's not anything that happens, so I don't know.
Must be forgetting stuff. In my opinion, it's just gonna be like a bunch of character, not like character development, but like it's gonna give us a little bit more about that one Doctor Demon Girl. That's pretty interesting how she's like being invited to work with the Hashira and stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, and I'm sure we'll learn more about each Hashira. I think if I'm forgetting anything, I think I'm forgetting the fact that we get more backstory. I know we definitely get more backstory on the Stone Hashira. Is
Yeah.
that which I think you said is your favorite?
Yeah, Guillaume.
Yeah, I think we get more backstory on him. I don't remember because I also feel like we get more backstory in all the final fights too. So I don't know, everything kind of just blurs together for me because it all feels like it's just one giant arc. I could, I guess, look through my manga just to refresh myself, but no point in doing that. I'm talking about the anime, not the manga. Um, so it's about how this, aside from the recap, how this started. I'm looking at the Wikipedia because I want to make sure I get everyone's names right, which I'm still avoiding saying for the most part.
Hmm.
And the plot wise, it doesn't even start at the right spot for where this recap or for the where this film started. It's adding a bunch of other stuff like after uh Tokito, the Miss Hashira is talking about beating the upper five, which is impressive once when I started thinking about it and realized he's the only one so far that's beaten a upper 12, upper moon, or whatever they're called by
Mm-hmm.
himself. And then getting the marks. It talks about the love for Shira getting the marks, and in the actual film, it doesn't show any of that. It just starts straight up with Tanjiro, Genya, and Nezuko chasing after whatever the upper four. Hontangu? I don't know any of the upper
Yeah, that sounds right.
demons' names. I'm just now seeing them here. So it started with them. It started in a weird place. I get it was the episode, but and I think that was my complaint with the last one too. Is like it's just starting in the middle of a fight, and for this is where what's disappointing to me for this one is it wasn't even the coolest part of the fight for this one compared to the last time when it was big. It was pretty much the biggest and most explosive dramatic part of the fight. For this one, I don't know. What would have been the coolest part was the what the love Hashira was doing, but they didn't even really show her until the very end. So the fighting for this one kind of not all that. It already passed all the best parts of the fight.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like, but the parts that we did see, those were the more important parts, I think.
Yeah. Getting to see like the new sword, even though not finished, or I
Yeah,
guess old sword, but
yeah, very old.
the whole dramatic and what could have been sad of almost losing Nezuko.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the main part to see was because then we learned, oh, Nezuko can survive in the sun. Honest, I think when I first read that or something, I was like, oh, it actually was kind of dramatic. But since I already knew it was coming for, I guess, a third time, I was like, whatever. This is just get a move on. It's so dramatic for no reason. But I remember first reading, I was like, oh wow, they actually killed off Nezuko, and then it's like, psych. And it's like, okay, well, never mind. No point in
You
getting on
fool.
because it's not like they shy away from killing people. They killed the oh no, I'm forgetting his name, the Fire Hashira,
Yeah.
and really it would
Okay.
make it really dramatic if going into what could be a final arc to kill off Nezuko, the whole it'll be like a Hunger Games thing all over again, where the whole point of Tanjiro doing this was to help Nezuko, just like in the Hunger Games. I don't know if you read it. The whole point of Katniss going into the Hunger Games was to save her sister, just for her to get blown up, anyways.
Rest in
Uh,
peace.
yeah. Spoilers for
I
anyone
watched the
that didn't
movie.
know that. But yeah, it was a bunch of cheesy dramatics, which is only cheesy to me because I already knew what was happening. So it kind of lost that impact. Uh, oh, do you? How many people, percentage wise, I guess, do you think were there that for some reason didn't watch this beforehand?
Um, well, there had to have been at least one that I know of, for
Oh
sure.
yeah, that's right. Your friend didn't.
Yeah, my friend did not watch the previous season, or maybe even the previous two seasons. I couldn't even tell you if he's seen the first season. He probably just watched an anime recap of the first three seasons and
Oh
went
yeah,
to that
I
movie.
realized we never. Oh, I should have brought him on.
That's
But
what I'm saying. I was like, I should have got him in here as
oh,
well. That'd been hilarious.
I almost thought about bringing us on here. You know, she didn't watch it at all, just to see if she could try to bullshit her way through it. Because she came with us the last time, but she also only watches for the anime boys, so it doesn't matter. Uh, but but for the rest of it, I feel like there was other people that got brought there, and you gotta think about the other people that didn't know what they were getting into either, who thought this was probably just another film. I would say 15% is the first number popping up into my head, but I don't know how. I don't think there was 100 people. Maybe close to 100. No, maybe not that many. Let's say about 50 ish. So maybe that's not that many people. I would hope not that many people. It would make no sense. But yeah, so I never said at the beginning, but spoiler team who didn't watch this or don't want spoilers for the first episode of this next season, because that's what we're going to start really talking about now, is what happens in this new episode that no one's seen yet. Because even watching this, I'm pretty sure there's a scene that's not even in the manga.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when I wish new names, the Wind Hashira and
That
Serpent
guy's name.
Hashira.
Yeah, that guy's name. I even have trouble remembering. It's something long and
Yeah,
Japanese.
Ginya's brother, and then Serpent
There you
Hashira.
go.
Snake, is
Yeah.
it Serpent or Snake? I don't know if it matters.
I don't know. I think it's Snake.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure them going fighting a bunch of those demons and then going into the castle or mansion or whatever. I don't think that was in the manga. I can't remember at all. But it makes sense that they would add it now because I don't remember how they even found out about it in the first place. So either I forgot about it or the anime's doing a better job of helping you figure stuff out. Right. Which was a cool scene too, just to see them do more stuff because you don't really see the Serpent Hashira do anything in the manga until the very end, and then stuff happens, which I won't spoil anything yet. Oh, the Wind Hashira's name is Sanemi Shinazugawa.
Inazugawa. Yeah,
And then Serpent
that's the name.
Hashira is uh, Obanai Iguro. Man, I
Yeah,
suck at saying names.
that sounds familiar.
Who has a thing for the love Hashira. I
Oh
think
yeah,
you can pick
I
that
know.
up
I
on a
know
bit.
that. I remember some stuff just from like getting spoiled, but that I remember. I know all about it.
Yeah. So they do that. Then we see. I'm trying to remember exactly what happens and when. Well, the easiest part to talk about is Tanjiro and everyone else is just healing. Zenitsu comes up. Of course, being his pervy self, has a lot less of a reaction to seeing Nezuko in the sunlight. I feel like that was something that was downplayed a lot. Is, oh, here's this demon that can be in the sun a lot, and no one's really reacting to it that much, which is weird.
I think they're all just speechless.
Yeah, there's only one person that really reacts very dramatically. You know
Oh
who that?
yeah,
Yeah.
Zenitsu.
Oh,
Are you talking about? Or are you just talking about like her brother?
Muzan.
Oh yeah.
Him
Oh
finding
yeah.
out.
He's super excited.
Yeah. That was that at the end of the. Was that Was that the
But
ending of the last episode?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, because I
I
felt
don't
like I
remember if that was the
remember the
ending or
scene, him, especially him knocking off the woman's head or
yeah.
disappearing the head, whatever happened to it.
Yeah, I think that was the end.
Okay, so yeah, that was, if anyone already watched, you should know that. So yeah, Muzen's excited. Everything's going to go into its final stage. Excited, I guess is the right word. Also getting to see more of his backstory again. Everything's starting to blur for me. But
All
yeah,
right, I need to rewatch it.
again. Yeah, it just seemed weird to me. It would seem like it should have been a big moment, and nobody really cares that much that Nezuko's just walking around in the sunlight and everything's normal now. Kind of.
Mm.
She talks weird. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to mention at the beginning, and it's not our fault. Going back to when you saw the show times and we were looking at Saturday instead of Friday, is the 7:15 on Saturday was subbed, and that's what we thought we were going to originally, and then it turns out the 7:45 on Friday was dubbed, which we have to get over. It keeps happening to us whether we whether it's our mistake or not,
I blame it on
you
you.
blame it on me.
Yeah.
I mean, I am the one that first realized it, so I guess
Perfect.
it can be my fault. But I'd also blame it on me because we went to showings that said they were subbed and ended up being dubbed. For some reason, we end up going to showing. The only time that is available to us ends up being a dub. I'm just cursed to watch stuff in dub because they. No, I don't prefer dub. I'm trying to be better and less pessimistic about watching stuff dubbed. But oh, when the Spy Family trailer came on and that was dubbed, I
Oh
was
man.
startled. It was. Then Demon Slayer, it wasn't too bad. But man, hearing the Spy Family's dubbed, especially Anya's voice. Oh man, I have to go and watch that one subbed. I'm not going to be able to take it watching that one dubbed. It was rough, and
Yeah.
I was already vocal when that popped up.
Yeah, I definitely would rather watch sub, but maybe next time.
And I've seen some of these voice actors in conventions too. So that's another thing for me I realized is once I see voice actors in real life, it's hard to separate their face and what they look like compared to what the characters they're voicing looks like. So that might have to be something I consider in the future when meeting voice actors. But then again, my favorite voice actor, Cassandra Lee Morris, yeah, voices Taiga, and a lot of Taiga and Torador, Leafa and Sword Art, a few other characters that I ended up liking and then realizing it was her voice. Now I met her my very first convention. Coincidentally, didn't know she would be there. And I don't know. I'm still fine with all her characters. So I don't know. Maybe it just depends on who the character is and who the voice actor is. But I have to watch stuff in subbed more. I can't. I'm trying to be more positive towards dub, but it's not their fault either because they have to try to match up how they say things with how the mouth flaps. So I'm just yeah. That was just a little side tangent I happened to remember. But back to what was happening. So yeah, everyone's healing. Inosuke's there too. I don't remember what he was off doing. I know Zenetsu was on a mission. They're not really doing much. Tanjiro's just eating. Everyone's just kind of oblivious to what's about to come. Really, a lot of this, and rightfully so, is focusing on the Hashira.
Yeah.
So
And them getting their marks and stuff.
oh yeah, that's
They did
another
have
big
that
thing. I
meeting.
kind of mentioned the marks. I forget exactly what the marks are. I know they don't say the bad thing about the marks.
They did. They said that like no matter what, like I'm pretty sure they did.
They said there's something bad, and then they like whispered it or like cut.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's like
they did cut it. They said like people that get the mark inevitably and then it just like stayed quiet and just
they
cut.
inevitably die, which is like what everyone does. No, I'm pretty sure their life is like cut short. Like they only live so much longer.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
guess
remember how long.
similar to how in Attack on Titan when you get the Titan power you only live 13 years.
Oh yeah,
But I don't
it's
know how
13.
long
It's
it
that
is.
long.
Yeah, it's 13 years.
Oh, I thought it was shorter. I don't. I think it is shorter for this one. I don't remember exactly how long. I feel like it was either they die by a certain age, but that doesn't make sense because some of them are already older, or they
Mhm.
only live another year or so, something like that, something short. Because I'm pretty sure everyone who gets the mark is dead by the end of the series. So I don't
Yeah, I
know.
think so.
I don't
I
remember
think so.
exactly how it works.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So yeah, we'll
Don't
find out.
spoil too much now.
Do what?
So don't spoil it all,
Well,
man.
I'm not saying who dies and who. Well, I guess if you already know Two of them
You
already
just
have the
said,
mark.
yeah, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? No way, they die.
Everyone dies. Everyone's dead at the end. Literally,
Every single
actually, yeah,
person.
literally, everyone
Okay.
is dead at the end. Because I don't
Spoiler
know if
alert.
it matters to you that much. The manga ends in like the future of like you see all their descendants. So yeah, technically at the end of the manga, all of them are dead. And they all have descendants that look exactly like them. And I don't know if you know it, but there's a kind of a side series called Kimetsu Academy, and it's like a school life for them, and they all kind of take on roles like that at the end of the original manga. It was kind of dumb. It was kind of a really stupid ending.
Hmm.
So just ignore that. I don't feel like that's a spoiler because it makes absolutely no sense to the rest of the story.
Just the author being silly, doing whatever they want.
Yeah.
With the aftermath, I guess.
So they learned about the marks. The leader, who has a name, also a weird name. They all kind of have weird names. Where's it at?
The master.
Kaguya Ubuyashiki.
Yeah, the
He's
master.
dying. So the wife is holding the meetings. And then everyone's fine, whatever, except for Tomioka, the one of the few people I actually know the names of. Uh, Gets up and is like, "I'm not doing this," because they're talking about all the training and stuff and how they're going to do
Yeah.
that. And he's like, "Nah, I'm going to bounce."
Why is that? I wonder.
I wonder too. I wonder if they get through that in the Hashira Training. I think I kind of remember, but not exactly. I think his whole thing is he doesn't feel like he's deserves to be a Hashira. I'll spoil it, but it's also me not remembering exactly. I think there was someone who died, and like Tomioka kind of got credit for surviving and killing whatever when it was actually someone else, or it was because of someone else that he was able to do it. Something like that. For some reason, I'm pretty sure Tomioka just doesn't feel like he deserves to be a Hishira.
Hmm.
Uh, for whatever reason. I don't know why he would still leave everyone and go off and do his own thing. It's kind of just anime drama, I guess, for the sake of it. So yeah, he's out of the training regiment. But you remember who we do get to see again?
Good old Sound Hashira.
Whose name is
Give me a second. It's on the tip of my tongue. Uzui or something?
yeah,
No.
that's it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, that's surprising. I don't remember anybody's name. I only remember the main ones: Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Nezuko, Inosuke.
I was about to say, don't you forget that one.
uh, so yeah, he's back. We get to see him training. Just randos. We don't get to see our main peeps training yet, but just a bunch of randos, and it looks like it'll be a bunch of hard training. Which here's a here's a weird thing about this series is there's a bunch of other demon slayers. They all had to go through. I'm assuming they're supposed to be learning total concentration, breathing, or whatever. Also, I assume they took the test to become demon slayer. Also, maybe there's different tests. Because whenever Tanjiro took it, only like four of them passed, right? Five. What?
Tanjiro.
Yeah, it was Tanjiro, Inosuke, Zenitsu,
Genya.
the other chick, and then Genya. Was Genya
Yeah.
part of that group?
Yeah, he was.
So yeah, it was only them. Also, what's her name? Is Shinobu the girl, or is that the Hashira? No, Shinobu's the Hashira.
Yeah, that's the Hashira. I can't remember the girl's name.
Aoi is the other one,
Yeah, that's the little girl that has like the blue.
who is she's also a demon slayer, right? She just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, yeah, she's a demon slayer. I don't know, she does something for the Butterfly Mansion.
I think she's just mainly there.
Yeah, she guards it.
I don't remember her name. Oh well. Oh, Kano.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. Okay. But she doesn't really do much in this. And then Um, let's see. What else happens? I'm trying to remember. For those that don't know, we watched this because it was in theaters. Of course, it's not like we watch and then record. So we ate, we watched, and now it's almost a week. It's the 28th. We watch on 23rd. We had some time because it's hard to watch a film, get late at night, and then do this. So that's why everything's kind of foggy. Um, let's see. They do that. They're training a bunch of randos. Don't know why they're so weak because they should have had all the same training that the main group does.
True.
I don't even think we see any. There's no new people either. Like after seeing Genya, that's pretty much it. Why is this class or group so strong compared to all the previous ones that were already there? Aside from the Hashira, everyone else is so weak. But for some reason, it's just a coincidence that all the people that became Demon Slayers with Tanjiro are all strong. It's weird. Just weird anime manga logic.
True. It is weird.
Huh.
The class of winners.
So, but that's pretty much it. That's all that really happens, and that's why it seems slow to me because one, it was jumping around a lot, so maybe that makes it feel quicker. But there's really not that much that happens. There's some talking, some discussions. We get to see a little bit of the training. I don't remember exactly what each Hashira is doing, but we get to see a little bit of each of them. And it's just like sword fighting a little bit. I think the Stone Hashira is pouring water on people. A bunch of other stuff. Oh, Shinobu, the insect Hashira. She's going with Tamayo? Tamayo? The doctor demon? Yeah, Tamayo. To help find a cure. Something like that. Or a way to take down Muzan. Something like that. They're going to be working together because they're both medical people. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Anything I'm missing?
I don't know. I'm just know that I'm excited for this season. I don't think it's going to be as bad as you might think it is,
Well,
considering you
here,
don't remember it too much. But
yeah, I don't think it's going to be bad. I just don't think, me reading the manga, I don't think there's enough for the Hashira training to have a whole season to itself. That's why I'm thinking there must be something else. They might, what people would call filler, but it would really just be anime canon. I think there might be something like that added on or tacked on at some point. Maybe the training gets interrupted. I don't remember that happening, but I don't know. I just don't see this being a whole season. That's my thing. I don't think it's going to be bad at all. I think it'll be interesting. It'll definitely be entertaining. But at the very end, we do see like a quick montage of like, here's what to come, that kind of thing. And we see them finally training a bit, like going through that whole thing. And then I think he even said it. I was like, yep, there we go. That's the whole season right then. Like, all we needed was that montage. That's pretty much what the season is. The end. But for real, I don't think it will be like that. I just think we may have already seen the best parts if it follows the manga faithfully.
I expect to see some peak, man. Some great episodes. Something's going to be fighting. I don't know if it's just going to be Hashira against other Hashira just training something, but it's going to be sick.
Yeah, I would like to see some, like, actual fighting between Demon Slayers. That'd be cool. Kind of like a My Hero Academia kind of fight.
Yeah, a
and
little
tests
mock.
like that. Yeah, mock fights. Who would win? I mean, obviously Tanjiro, but it would be interesting to see everyone fighting each other.
They'd have to put 3 of them against Gyomei.
Yeah.
3 Hashira versus him, bro. I don't know, man. It'd be interesting.
Yeah. I guess that could be. I don't know. It's just. I'm trying to think of if they even get as strong as Hashira through this. I don't remember the end either, so I really shouldn't be talking too much shit. But you think this training would be enough to get them all as strong as Hashira?
Probably not as strong as the Hashira. I think it's more like the Hashira training to get marks.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, that's the other part. Is this is also a way for the Shira to get marks. I forget about that. Hmm.
Because I don't think they're gonna train up these weakling demon slayers and expect them to fight some upper moons, but they are expecting just to be attacked like immediately, so they're just like training them up just to have them stronger, I guess, to fight other regular demons, I guess.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to see because that's where it stops. Kind of just, I feel like it's a good first episode. Not too much has really happened, but kind of it builds up and lets you know what to expect for this next season. So if I was to just watch this as a first episode on its own, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. I'm excited for what's to come. The way they did it in a theater is what makes it weird.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot to make drinks for all the characters, which would kind of be hard and weird to do. I think we can do it. We'll do it real quick. Because I don't think I ever made drinks for other demon character or demon slayer. I think this is the first time I've done the podcast on demon slayer. So, I'm trying to think. Are any of them? Do we see any of the characters drinking like alcohol? I feel like we may have.
I can think of the only one I ever saw drinking was like Rengoku's dad.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of too. So, hmm. So Tanjiro, ooh, that'd be an interesting one because he was originally doing water breathing and is now doing fire breathing. So, some fire water. My whole life
And
I've heard
and he
about
could have
fire
learned
water and I still have no idea what it actually is.
fire water. I don't know.
Uh,
Just
I,
fireball, honestly. It's just fire and water combined.
yeah. Or you could take oh, just take some really strong grain alcohol and light that shit on fire. There you go. Because it
Oh,
looks like water. It's supposedly flavorless. It tastes like, it feels like fire. I don't know if you ever taken a straight shot of like Everclear or like 95% alcohol. It burns. It is rough. So you could do
mm-hmm.
that. And then for Nezuko, the same thing, but make it sweet. Put something sweet in it because she also kind of uses like fire, but Nezuko is
The sweet fire.
adorable. Yeah. Um.
Pink.
Yeah. Nezuko. Oh, I already said Nezuko. Fuck. Zenitsu. Something. Oh, you could do like a moonshine because moonshine is like white lightning or whatever. Make it.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of what's yellowish. What's the yellow flower? Lemon? Yeah, you can do lemon. I like a lemon moonshine.
Do Mountain Dew and moonshine mix for him.
Or would that fit better for the god of the mountain, Inosuke?
True. Inosuke would just drink straight Mountain Dew with
Or like me, straight Mountain Dew with Everclear. Ooh,
yeah, there
more
you go.
Everclear than Mountain Dew, and that will cook your whole day, like I've done before. Uh, no, what would I feel like? Inosuke should be something animal-like, right? But
Something fierce. I don't know.
like, yeah,
Like a
definitely. It
fang.
could be one of those. Oh no, that'd be weird. I was about to say the serpent Hashira could drink something that's like, I don't know if you've seen them, but there's some kind of alcohol with like a snake in them. There's also ones with like rats or
Mm-hmm.
it seems so gross to me, but they exist. It could be something like that. Also, I'm just remembering they're kids. I mean, they're sacrificing their lives to kill demons, but they're still kids, so maybe we shouldn't make drinks for them. It's like it's weird things because they definitely have unique personalities, but how do you make a drink they would drink?
Or you just gotta make a non-alcoholic, a virgin
Oh, that's true. Yeah, all this is
version.
non-alcoholic,
There you go.
but Yeah, I mean that's some ideas for drinks. Um, just at least a quick. Uh, Here's what possibilities could be. It'll probably be a lot more interesting to actually get behind a bar, actually visually see a bunch of different alcohols, and be like, oh yeah, this, and this could work or do something. I need to get better about that when doing these podcasts. Is making drinks for 'em, like actual drinks, and putting stuff out like that.
Yeah, there's a fuck ton of drinks,
Yeah,
names for it and stuff.
yeah, and I'm sure you could look up online Demon Slayer drinks or stuff like that, Demon Slayer inspired drinks. But when I look up stuff like that, it's like drinks that look like them or like have their like color pattern or something like that.
Oh yeah,
And when I read the actual ingredients and stuff like that, it's nothing about the ingredients um like relate to the character. It's just this is how it looks. Something like that. But also I don't feel like I'm doing a great job at making a drink for him either, so can't really talk too much.
I'll bring out the. If I can find out, I'll bring out the bartender's black book and just look through it, all the names, look for one that probably fits them.
Yeah.
But
Okay. So the I guess pretty much the last thing that I forgot to mention, this movie was rated R.
I can't believe. Well, at first I was like, okay, it's rated R. I mean, he might ask for ID, but probably won't. And then he asked for mine, and I was like, oh, nice.
Yeah, I can't
Then he
believe
asked for
that.
my friends, and I'm assuming he asked for yours.
Yeah, I mean, it's like one. There was kids there. I was like, they shouldn't have been here. Of course, they
Oh
were
yeah,
family. But do you even feel like the R rating was necessary?
it's probably just for that Muzan moment whenever he like cut their heads off.
But it wasn't even like super gory. Yeah, you saw some blood, but there's really not that much. The only thing I was thinking, and I was joking, I don't think I ever said it was like whenever Uzui's wives came out, I was like, oh, that's why it's R rated because it's just tits.
Exactly.
And I was like,
Maybe
there's an
maybe
R
that's why
rating,
too.
but I feel like it should have just been PG-13. I don't understand the R rating. It really wasn't that bad. Even like the blood, it wasn't super
Yeah.
gory, and I'm pretty sure you can still have stuff like that in PG-13. It's just it's weird.
True, didn't it like swear a bunch or nothing? It wasn't like nudity.
I don't think it swore at all. No nudity. I mean, sure, plenty of cleavage, but
Yeah.
and like it wasn't super gory either. Especially because once you actually cut the demon or like cut the demon's head off and the sun comes up, they just burn away into nothing. Weird. I don't understand the reasoning for that. And yet, the movie still did great. Usually that's the problem with R-rated movies is there's it takes a little bit of a hit because there's less people that can go watch it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I guess that's impressive if anything. Hmm. I mean, good for it, I guess. Get some more
Yeah.
R-rated films. You know, we should have more R-rated anime in theaters. There's plenty of R-rated anime stuff. I guess
Yeah.
X-rated or whatever that you can
X-rated.
find online. But I don't know, it's just odd. But it didn't stop anyone. It's still weird to be like, I'm watching this animated thing. Here's my ID. I'm an adult. Hey, people can't say anime's for kids anymore because it's literally not.
Now it's for kids and their parents
Yeah,
together.
but yeah. So overall, I don't have a scoring system. I keep meaning to think of some kind of scoring system, but let's say 1 out of 100. What would you give this?
I'd give it a 79.
Okay.
Not quite an 80, but it passed. Like, I I wasn't too pissed about paying however much money that it was for a ticket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like
It was,
$12 or something.
yeah,
But
that wasn't bad.
yeah, I didn't even talk about the fact that we still actually did pay for this. Yeah, I was thinking like 60 something. 60. Let's say 68. Sure, that
Not
works.
69. Not 69.
I did think about that, but then I was like, no, it doesn't deserve it.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but more. I already saw the first half. I'm going to rewatch the second half. Nothing was too exciting. I think I liked the one they did first better. The
Really?
So, but I also don't remember exactly how that went. Just because I feel like there was more to it. I'm not a huge action guy, but there was a lot more action in the first one. And because maybe was that one dubbed too? I don't remember. Maybe that one wasn't dubbed. Maybe that one was subbed, and that's why I like it more. The dubs
Oh
hurt it.
boy.
The dub hurts it. That was part of it. So there we go. Something of a low 70, I think it was. Um, it might be too late to say it now, but there's no need to watch this in a theater. If you're a huge fan and you really want to, go ahead and do it. If you're just a casual watcher, you can just wait. There's nothing new to it. It's not. I don't think there's any scenes in this that aren't going to be with the episodes when they release on Crunchyroll. So there's no need to watch it. It's not like there's any bonus. Like if they would at least include some maybe like an interview or some kind of talk, some kind of behind the scenes, whatever. Because I've seen that with special releases in theaters. I've watched those. It makes it a little bit more worth it to go watch. But they didn't do that with this. It was literally just the episodes. I don't know. Would you recommend people go watch this?
I mean, no. I feel like just save your money, wait for it to come out on Crunchyroll. It's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah. Now I know we're hypocrites because we did do that, knowing full well what it was going to be. But hey, we do it so you don't have to. Sure.
Exactly.
But still a Demon Slayer fan. I have like short story collection books and other stuff I still need to read. I have like it's like a core. It's called the Core Records. It's just like a book of the characters and other little details about everything. So I like Demon Slayer. I'm not shitting on any of this. It's just, I'm giving honest opinions. So there you go. There you have it. That is us talking about Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, to the Hashira Training. Um, any last thoughts before I wrap this up, Blue?
Um, yeah, Nezuko is the best girl.
Nezuko is best girl. That's a good one. Yep, good to leave it on. So that is it for this alcohol anime. If you want to keep up with me or talk more about this, depending on where you're listening to this, you can. If there's comments, you can do that. If not, I have social media, the AC Stories. You can also email me at theacstories@gmail.com, or I have a Discord. Not much is going on there. Some people are on it. Hey, it still has to grow. Blue's part of it. You can talk to Blue too. But yeah, you can do that. Links will be in the description. I also have a Ko-fi if you want to be a part of that. Help support in whatever way. I want to thank my member Julio Vasquez. That is part of that. And if you're on a platform that hearts, likes, whatever, do that. If you like it, you can also follow, subscribe. There's so many platforms that have so many words. You know the drill for all this stuff. And then lastly, if you want to rate this, if you liked it and want to give your opinion on it, and that opinion is especially high, and you want to give it the max amount of ratings, go ahead and do that too. I'm sure it helps. And then also, if you want to spread this to other people and talk to them about it and get them to listen, word of mouth, do that too. All kinds of stuff to help this podcast grow, as I also get more consistent with it and try to bring on more people. That way I don't have to keep begging, guilting, tricking Blue into doing these with me. I don't know, but yeah, go ahead, spread it so you can help this grow. But that is it for this. I've been your talker Tainer, the AC Stories. This has been Blue. Bye.
Right, you already know it. We out of here.